And welcome to the start of another brand week. Good morning, boys and girls. It's Monday, the 3rd of August 2020. Welcome to Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire. And this morning's United Kingdom Talk, our daily little chat show here on time, which has surprised me, to be honest. I woke up around about 7:05 and I have my alarm set for 7:15. So here we are, nice and bright and early. And I'm very pleased about that. Lovely drive up here last night. Nothing to write home about, nice and easy, no faster than about 70 mile an hour. Easy drive up here, although I went on a slightly different route this time. For some reason it took me past the M1, where I'd normally go up the M1 and across on some other road and then up the A1M. But today I carried on the M25 and it actually took me to the North Circular Road and sort of around there somewhere. But I don't know where it is, dear. I've told you before, I can't find my way around. How do I know what's where? Now, I do notice that Peter Wright is with us already this morning. So, Peter, as promised, you sent 2 super chats on the bingo yesterday, 928 and 929. Peter Wright, and they are going here. Look, it's here already. Look, everything's running smoothly so far. So far. Don't count your ducks before they've come out. And, of course, we have our duck expert here. Of course, the delightful Denise Andrews this morning. Good morning, Denise. And Mark Hobbs had a ticket as well yesterday, 930 for Mark Hobbs. Okay, so that's all out of the way. I wanted to do those first because we create merrier if we forget that. That's the Super Chat prize this week, gang. If you're sending a Super Chat at all, if you're sending a tip, you'll get a free raffle ticket every time you send £1. That's the prize this week. That's the last one I've got at the moment. I do have some more on order. It's not going to be the last one ever, okay, or anything like that. I'm hoping that some new prizes arrive at the studios of United Kingdom Talk in Bracknell. This week I've got a load. Oh no, I don't want to tell you, do I? I've got 4 hats, different colours this time. I've got different colours this time, and something else, which will be a main bingo prize or a super chatter prize. So they'll arrive this week, hopefully, and just although there'll be another thing being delivered by Hermes, so I'm not hopeful. I'll be honest with you, I'm not hopeful because they are absolutely awful at delivering stuff. But fingers crossed, and we'll see. The hot weather's on the way back again. I am pleased to report to you, boys and girls. The hot weather, it says in the Daily Mirror this morning, British people are set to sizzle in heights of 36 degrees centigrade this week, which is approximately 70 82, 92, which is about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. That's how hot it's going to be this week again as the summer heat wave continues. Well, it's not a heat wave. Why do they say that? Why do they say that? It's like saying this is a marathon. This is not a marathon. We're only here for about an hour and a half. Why do they say it's a heat wave? It's a heat wave. Is that Martha Reeves and the Vandella? It's a heat wave, something like that. It's a heat wave. Da 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 da. Oh, I remember seeing someone doing that. Where was that? The Radio London Soul Night Out a couple of years ago, which we didn't get last year because Coco's, where they usually hold it in Camden Town, was closed for a big refurbishment, and then it caught fire. Then it caught fire last year, and now, of course, we've got the virus, so no live music events. So I don't suppose we'll get that this year either. But it's a great night. If you like soul music, the BBC Radio London Soul Night Out with Tony Blackburn, they usually do it once a year, and it's held at Coco's in Camden Town. And you get loads of artists. I've seen live and close-up Shalimar, Shack Attack, Alexander O'Neill. Who's the good-looking mixed race lad? Lamar. Oh, gorgeous he is. Gorgeous. It's a really good night out. And I saw The Real Thing last time. I could take the stars out of the sky for you. Stop the rain for... Oh, that's a good one for the music quiz, isn't it? Let me just write that down. You have to write everything down, otherwise it goes. You know how it is as you get older, boys and girls. One idea in, and the brain loses one of the ideas because it had to make space. My head is now full up of information. There's no more room for any other information. It tends to forget things that are not sort of necessary for the continuation of life. If you see what I mean. So you have to write them down because it's one in and one out now. So as a new idea comes into my head, one is forgotten. And that's just how it is. Anyway, yes, it says despite an unsettled start, temperatures will remain warm in the low 20s today and gradually build up to the 30s through the week before peaking on Friday in the southeast of the country. It says weather charts still show highs still in the 30s next Saturday and only dipping a few degrees into Sunday, meaning the heat surge could potentially last all week. It comes after a patchy July, as you well know, saw a lot of wind. It was some really windy days last month. It was like September, wasn't it? And rain fell short of its average quota of sunshine, and the story goes on there. I wonder if, you know, with all this climate change and all that, I wonder if we'll ever get hurricanes here. And we have tornadoes. We do have tornadoes here. Not very often, and they tend to be quite short-lived. You see what I mean? I think where Bracknell is indeed in the Thames Valley, where my house is. I think it's a bit like that there. But one of those things. I was doing a little bit of weeding yesterday, just a little bit, and I've got this pot. And out here, and you roughly know what weeds look like. Do you know what I mean? Plants that aren't supposed to be there. That could be anything. You could have a beautiful rose bush in the middle of your garden. Oh, I didn't want that there, so it's now a weed. And it has to be pulled out and destroyed. I'm sorry. Call me heartless. While you sit there eating a dead animal that was walking around a couple of days ago, don't you call me heartless about my little plants. Anyway, I was doing a bit of weeding, and usually I don't bother with a glove. You know, I'll have a quick look. No spikes on that. Grab and out. Anyway, I grabbed this weed, which was not too high. It was about that high, from a pot. And as I grabbed it and I pulled, and ow! And that's an half hurt. And I'm looking, and it was between two fingers. This sharp thing was between, and I'm looking in there. I thought it was something like off a bramble, because sometimes you get a bramble. You brush across it and it gets stuck in there, and then you just pull it out, don't you? You just pull out this little bit of whatever it is that's gone in your skin there. But there was nothing there, and I'm like that. Maybe I can't see it. Anyway, I've gone upstairs to the Mirable Studios in Royal Berkshire, and I've gone under the light, and I've put it under the light like that. I've got my glasses on. I'm trying to find, where is this blooming thing here? And I could not find it at all. In fact, there is actually a little black dot. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can see that. 1 minute. The black dot is there. Can you see that? No, yes, you can. Just about. You see that little dot there? Looks like a hole. Okay? So that is it. Now that looks... But there's nothing there now. Nothing there now. And I was telling my mate, I said, can you, when he came over, I said, can you have a look at my finger? I said, I can't see anything. Maybe I just can't see it. And he said, no, and he realised that he'd probably been stung. I probably was stung or something like that there, because there's nothing there to pull out. Because after a while, it was kind of all numb around that area. It was, painful. Not painful. Not like a stabbing painful. It just hurt, and the whole area around there went numb. He said, "You've probably been stung." I said, "Well, I don't remember seeing an insect. Well, perhaps it went, or you squashed it, or something." So, and yes, you see, that's the second attempt on my life in as many weeks. You remember the nail in the tyre, as placed there clearly by a jealous Z-list celebrity. Someone like possibly Gemma Collins has been following me around. Because believe me, I'm not following her around here. Oh, no. Gemma Collins could have been following me around, and the moment I disappeared out my car in Lidl or somewhere like that, she's gone behind the car and stuck a nail in the hope that it will get rid of me. No, didn't work, love. So, the latest thing Gemma Collins clearly has done is, while I've been asleep at night, gone outside the front of the Mirable Studios in Royal Berkshire, where I am not at the moment, as you know, I'm in Lincolnshire, and covered a plant in deadly insects. Unlucky, darling. Still here. What's she going to try next, I wonder? Evil. So be careful when you're weeding out there. It's something I had a quick look at this thing. I didn't see anything on it. I still don't believe it was an insect, but it must have been if there was nothing stuck in there, mustn't it? Talking of insects, now you need to be a bit careful here, boys and girls. You need to be a bit careful. Ticks. Yes, there is a nasty sort of disease type thing, if you see what I mean. This was on the BBC News website a couple of days ago, actually. And I must take a picture of this. They're ugly things, they are. Ticks. They are, well, I mean, there's ugly in it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, really, isn't it? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I've got some photos to show you actually today. Some from John Parrish and some from Peter Wright. How are we doing? 20. Oh, okay. Let's have 20 likes to see those pictures today. If you'd like to see those pictures, I require 20 likes. Where are the likes? That's the little thumbs up thing underneath the chat box, or you'll have to look a little bit on your iPhone because I'm not quite sure where it is. If you click the thumbs up, when we get to the number 20, I will show you those pictures. Okay? We only need 12 more. We've already got 8. How exciting. As I said before, we need some sort of totalizer behind us there, showing you the figures as they climb through the roof, dear. For more viewers than Strictly Come Dancing in this programme. Anyway, let's just get this picture of this horrible-looking tick here. Now, if I remember rightly, this camera's not so good at... Oh, yes, you can. Look at that. Evil! They are ready to eat you, boys and girls. It's quite possible that through the month of August, one of these could eat you. It's not a nice way to go. I don't think they kill you first. You're like eaten alive, like some of the Chinese do to their food. Oh, have you seen it on YouTube? They eat live fish. It's disgusting. It says here, people are being urged to be on alert for tick bites following... Now, listen to this, okay? Following, for the first time in England, a rare illness. Now, remember, always listen to the news stories because you never know, there might be a clue in here for the quiz night. Public Health England says the risk to public is very low. Well, thank God for that. But it's important to be tick aware. Tick aware. While enjoying green spaces this summer. You're wondering what that scraping noise is. My clock's just fallen down. I bought a clock with me. There we are. Because I can't really see the time in front of me, so I bought a clock with me. I saw it. Oh, but there's a clock on the computer. Go on, say it. Oh, but there's a clock on the... No, it's got to have a proper clock in here, dear. With a tick in hand. Tick, tick, tick. Where else can I put this? I don't know where I'm going to put that. I'll put it over the side for a while. There we are. I'll have to think of another place for that. That's not going to work there either, is it? Oh, damn. Bear with me. I want to put that on the wall there. I think on that, no. It wants to be in front of me there so I can see the time at all times. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to put it down there. No, it can't go. I'll put it on the side. Where to put it now? I'll put it there for now. There we are. I can see that now. Well, if it rolls off, I hope it don't roll off there. It's a nice clock, that is. Back to this. The disease is called babeciosis. Babeciosis, as in BABESIOSIS. Babeciosis is caused by a parasite which infects, oh, I like that word, which infects red blood cells. A second probable case of another rare infection spread by infected ticks has also been diagnosed. Oh, tick-borne, oh my God, encephalitis virus, TBE, is already circulating in mainland Europe and Scandinavia. Oh my God, what about Heidi Young? Heidi Young, you're in Scandinavia, aren't you? As well as Asia. It reached the UK last year. A doctor said cases of babeciosis and TBE in England are rare and the risk remains very low. But Lyme disease remains the common tick-borne infection in England, she said. Ticks are most active between spring and autumn, so it's sensible to take some precautions. How do you avoid them? Well, keep to footpaths and avoid long grass when out walking. Wear appropriate clothing such as long sleeve shirt and trousers tucked into your socks to make it less likely that a tick will bite and attach. Well, that's easier said than done. Well, we're just talking about the hottest, some very hot weather coming. Who's going to be out there in a pair of long shirts and a long shirt and a long-legged trousers? Long-legged trousers? Oh. Considering repellents containing DEET, D-E-E-T. Now, I know that the Army issue that stuff, the Army and the Royal Air Force, because my niece, who's in Cyprus at the moment, they have a real problem over there. She's on the Akrotiri, I think it's called, something like that, in Cyprus with her husband who's RAF. And they get issued these little green bottles of DEET, D-E-E-T. And it's very good. It's very good. They have a real problem with mosquitoes on that airbase. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. And the thing is with a mosquito, quite often you don't really notice, while you're being bitten. It's later at night. And it happened to me. And the first time I visited Cyprus, which was around March last year it was, we'd gone out to watch the children playing football and going out on their bikes and things like that on this particular day. And now you got to watch. You got to watch these. It's not nice to be landed on by an insect, is it? Isn't it horrible? And you're like this all the time you're there. It's not a very pleasant experience. All the time you're there, you're like this all the time. What? And then you get to start watching for them. So there might be. And you're like, what? And you can't stop it. You're constantly watching for these damn mosquitoes, and it's horrible. Put the DEET on. She gave me some DEET. Rub all that all over you. They don't come near you. Wonderful stuff. But don't leave anything bare. You can do your whole body. If you don't do your forehead, they start biting you there. They know where to go. Evil things. Evil. Nasty insects. Right? So you got all this stuff on. But if you don't put it on, then you'll get bitten all over the place. And you'll probably, another bite. Right? Then hours later, you get into bed and your legs start getting very warm and start getting very hot. And then you pull down the covers seductively. You're pulled, having a look. Oh, let's just have a quick look down there. And your legs are red. And there's all these bites on them. And it's just awful. And you have trouble getting to sleep. I've told you this before. The first time I went to Cyprus, I stayed in a lovely hotel, a really nice hotel, just a little boutique hotel, nothing to write home about, but it was just nice and it had been decorated and the staff were wonderful and the breakfast was fantastic there, all included in the price, right? And it was about 11 o'clock one night and my legs were burning so badly, and I rang down to the desk. And I said, look, I'm really sorry to trouble you. Have you got anything to rub on insect bites? He said, I'll have a look and ring you back. And sure enough, 5 minutes, he said, really sorry, I haven't got anything. He said, but come down. He said, I'll give you some white vinegar in a cup and some cotton wool. Just dab that on it. That should help. So I went downstairs and he had all this and he came back up and I started dabbing all this. And actually it did work quite quickly as well. I dabbed it all over my legs and... but it was difficult getting back under the sheets because my legs were still hot. But I did, and in the morning I woke up, the whole place stunk of vinegar. And of course, the bites are not gone the next day. They're there for days, and they're itching, and it's just awful, awful. So if you go anywhere that have got mosquitoes, and a lot of them, then you want to put something like DEET on. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Of course, in some parts of the world, you get bitten by mosquitoes. Some of the African country, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. You get malaria. Didn't Cheryl Cole have malaria? I think Cheryl Cole had malaria, didn't she? She went on holiday somewhere and still got it. Whether or not because you're supposed to have pills, aren't you? If you go into a country that they've got malaria in, you're supposed to have some sort of pills or something that you take, I don't know, X numbers of weeks before you go, and then while you're out there, I don't know, one a day or something like that, I suppose. I've no idea. And then you take them, I think, for so long after you come back as well, and that should protect you against malaria. It says here, make it a habit to carry out a tick check regularly when you're outdoors and when you get home. One of my cats had a tick in its ear. Yeah, tiny. That's some years ago. God knows where she got it from. Well, because this is when I was living in Wandsworth. Not exactly known for its green spaces. I was living in Wandsworth in my first flat in Wandsworth, but she had a tick in her ear, and I thought it was some sort of growth, but it wasn't. It says, if you've been bitten by a tick, it should be removed as soon as possible using fine-tipped tweezers or a tick removal tool. Might be a good idea to get one of those. A tick removal tool from the from someone, I don't know, Boots the Chemist, or maybe Amazon probably do. Keep it in your medical box. I've got medical box, comes everywhere with me. And it says contact your GP promptly if you begin to feel unwell, remembering to tell them you were bitten by a tick or recently spent time outdoors. But this babesiosis, they say it's very rare. The symptoms, stiff neck and severe headache. Oh, can't move. You get a pain when looking at bright lights. Let me just try that. Nope, nothing there. Have a seizure. You can have a seizure. Have a change in behaviour, such as sudden confusion. Oh, no, that's not me, because I'm permanently confused. Anyone else permanently confused? I find life very confusing. Very, very confusing in my life now. Or you develop weakness or loss of movement in part of the body. Oh, that could be all you lot sitting there on your settees and in your comfortable armchairs watching the... Stop watching this and go out and do some blooming exercise. But watch out for ticks. Oh, ugly things, aren't they? Ugly. Flies are ugly, aren't they, as well? Flies. Oof. I don't like those things. Anyway, that's the tick news there, so be very careful. Let's say hello to some of you this morning. Good morning to Jason Hughes, Terry Turner, morning Terry, Mick Davenport, Diane Jebb, morning Diane, Daniel Holmes in the house, Peter Wright there, Joe Woodruff, morning Joe. I sang you happy birthday last night, Joe. Actually, I don't know if I put it on, I don't know if I've done the birthday videos from last night and put them on people's walls. So if I haven't done that, that will appear on your wall this morning from last night. You'll see the bingo show appear because I've sung you happy birthday at the end of the show, all right, along with everyone else, darling. Oh, you had a nice time, by the way, Joe. Hello to Michael Pullman. My Monday is finally complete. Well, what's happened? Why is your Monday... What, with this crap? You must be joking. There's much better things to do than sit there watching this. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I quite enjoy watching my own shows. It's the best thing on the telly, let's be honest. Morning to Denise Andrews. Morning, Denise. Head of Animal Welfare and Ducks on this channel, boys and girls. On this channel. Where did we get to there? That's jumped. Jumping. Daniel Woodhouse. Morning, James Humble. Young James Humble. Oh, blimey, Gary Butler's up early today. Morning, Gary. There's my nephew. Up very early today. Probably up early to check that I got here all right. Jason Hughes, hello to you. John Aitken, morning. Just a reminder, gang, sometimes I read the names out twice because I can't read. There you are. See the confusion. The confusion kicks in daily now. Daily. I have no idea what I'm doing anywhere at any time. That's true. So I may read the same names out a couple of times. Daniel Woodhouse there. Boo, 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 boo. Scrolling down. Gary Ross. 2 tickets to Gary Ross. Morning, 2 tickets, Gary Ross. Mandy Davenport. What else have we got there? Shania Steele. There she is. Head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. She's with us today. She's like a Rottweiler if you misbehave in church. Dear me. 5 people on Sunday were excommunicated because they misbehaved. And she don't muck around. She takes photos and she goes up to them at the end. As they come out of church, because they have, excuse me, can I have a word? And she stands back 2 meters, social distancing, with a mask on, but she's not got like one of those normal paper masks. No, she's got the hazmat suit. It goes on because parishioners in Catholic Church, they are not all nice people. I'm sorry to have to say it. They sit there in their pews judging. Shania will know exactly what I mean. There are some people who sit there in Catholic churches judging. It's outright. I've come across it before. Not judging me, but sat there listening to them judging other people. And some of it is really very, very unpleasant. It really is. Anyway, Shania comes out I was like, excuse me, can I have a word, please? You weren't social distancing. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take you out of the Catholic Church. And they start crying. Shania's not having any of it. She says, no point in you writing a letter or a complaint to the Pope. I've already spoken to him on the phone. We've got you on that video camera over there, that video camera over there, and the altar server over there has taken 5 pictures of you, not social distancing. Please leave the church now. And that's it. Usually they go round the corner and immediately commit suicide. That's just how it is. They jump in the Solent. She's harsh, Shania, but it's not a hard thing to ask. Just behave yourself in church and it won't happen to you. Shania's watching at all times. I wish these people had behaved themselves. In Brighton, Daily Mirror this morning. Just awful people. Awful people. 2 women yanked at each other's hair and traded blows after a heated argument on the seafront erupted into violence as large groups of people flocked to the tourist hotspot. And this is really quite funny. I've got to show you this. Hang on. This is really very, very funny because, first of all, you can see these 2 girls on the floor, but it looked like one of them had a weave on. Look. Someone's holding hair. Perhaps I could get something like that. I mean, just look at them. Just look at them. Absolutely no decorum whatsoever. Oh, I've just noticed the trainers. Look at the trainers someone's got on. Oh, my God. Look at these trainers. Let me zoom in on those trainers. And there's the weave. Look. Dreadful people. 2 women fighting on the seafront. 2 women traded blows after a heated argument turned into a fight in front of shocked sunseekers. Let's do the shocked. Sorry, Shania likes to do a screen grab when we're doing. I'll just hold that position for a bit longer, Shania. Ready? Here we go. Did you get that, Shania? If you could post that to me, I might use that as tomorrow's little thumbnail on the YouTube videos. I'll do it for you again. Are you ready? Ready? Here we go. Are you done it yet? Yeah. Is that it? Yeah, lovely. Witnesses and security staff were forced to pull the women apart during the brawl, which saw them yanking at each other's hair and tumbling to the ground near the seafront. Oh, Lord. Where's the video of this? I'm dying to see it. The fight on Saturday happened as hundreds of people flocked to beaches across the UK to enjoy the African heat flare as temperatures went over 30 degrees centigrade, which was on Saturday, of course. I think Friday was hotter than Saturday, to be honest. Concerns over and it goes on about the virus, which is just, it's just stupid people. Stupid people. The fight happened after a row broke out between 2 groups of women, with some spectators cheering them as others whipped out their phones to video the brawl. Oh, I hope I see this soon. A witness said it was very warm and large numbers of people had been drinking all afternoon, totally ignoring social distancing measures. These are the same people, incidentally, that will turn up in hospital, right, in a few months' time or a few weeks' time and want to be sorted out because they've caught the coronavirus. But there you go. There you go. We help everyone. Suddenly, a minor disagreement erupted into a full-scale fight with the women trading blows. Why don't they just walk off? Can't walk off, can they? People can't walk off anymore. Drinkers and bystanders began cheering and clapping. I would have been one of those. When I first looked at this, I thought it was Shania, who is head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, and she was being attacked by a load of parishioners. That she'd just chucked out of the church for misbehaving, but it wasn't, fortunately, I'm pleased to say. Drinkers and bystanders began cheering and clapping, and people were filming the fight on their phones. The behaviour of the women was shocking, but the people cheering on were also disgusting. The fight then spilled over to another area, with both women grappling and punching each other on the floor. Oh, eventually the single security worker who was not wearing a mask managed to separate the pair. Oh, God's sake. It's the hair that gets me. I mean, God, there's another fight going on there. There's another fight. I think that one looks like... Oh, no, it's... There you are. Look, here's the early part of the fight. I must give you all the information, darlings. There we are. Dreadful people. Dreadful people. There's the early part of the fight. Look, look. Can you see there's the old bag? And the one in the red, isn't it? It's her. That one there. It's that one there. She's the one that seems to be giving it all the trouble there, doesn't it? Dear me. It's not the only one, though. It's not the only one. There's another one here. Again, ghastly people. This one's in the metro this morning. Dreadful people. Drunk woman. And you know, this one, I don't know what to think. She looks all right. She don't look. Does she look like a troublemaker or not? Let's have a look. Here's a picture of this one. Here's another one here. This is another one who's just been done. Does she look dodgy? She looks like one of those millennials, and as we know, millennials are a bit of a problem, aren't they? They really are. A dreadful... I don't want anything... If there's any millennials watching this channel, please switch off immediately. You'd be sort of in your 18, 20, you'd be around 38, 40 years old now, millennials. Because millennials weren't born in 2000. They are the people that became 18 and 20 in 2000. They're not the ones who were born in 2000. That's what I understand. They're the people who became sort of age then, sort of 17 to sort of 24, 25 in 2000. So they would now be in sort of coming up to their 40s. Dreadful, dreadful people, millennials. And no sense of humour, offended by everything that's going on around her, can't have a joke, and most of them suffer completely from anxiety and have a little space in their home where they can go in there and lock the door and be in their safe space for hours on end rather than face the problems in front of them. Anyway, this woman who's 21... Oh, so she's not a millennial. There we go. This woman who's 21 admitted being drunk and disorderly and assaulting an emergency worker during an incident. Now, what was the incident? A drunk woman threw up and weed in the street. Okay, perhaps she wasn't well. I get that. But she then spat in the face of a police officer who tried to help her. Lovely. Lovely. There was one bloke I used to work with, and he was on some sort of drugs all the time, I think, and he was all over the place. Oh, he was dreadful. So he was all over the place, this bloke. And one day he was taking a drink up onto the stage for an artist who was performing and tripped. And he fell off. And several people went over to assist him. And get off me, I'm all right, get off me. And I thought, and that was the dead giveaway, you see. That was the dead giveaway. If someone doesn't want to be helped, they're usually on something. You know. Anyway, he didn't last very long. This woman was arrested for being drunk and disorderly and then spat in... Oh, just awful people. Spat in one of the officers' faces and made an unrepeatable sexual comment towards the female officer who branded the incident degrading and embarrassing. Why do our police force have to put up with these scummy, awful people? Dreadful people. She was sentenced to 20 weeks, suspended for 18 months. So that means she got... I think that means she was given 20 weeks in prison, but if she's a good girl for 18 months, she won't have to do it. Am I right with that? I think I'm right with that. I've never been in prison, so I don't know. At Manchester Magistrates Court. See, I've never had anything like that. The only time I really got into trouble was for speeding, several times, and running a pirate radio station back in the 80s. But it's not really a different thing altogether, isn't it? You know, never been attacking people or spitting at people or burglaring houses or stealing from shops. Haven't done anything like that. Dear. The officer saw members of the public surrounding her. There were grazes on her knees and she was being sick on the floor, Mr. Hugh explained. Okay? He said it was clear that she was not in control of what she was doing and that she was sick in front of a shop window. Okay, she might be ill. Mr. Hughes added her words were slurred, she couldn't stand, and she was verbally aggressive towards the officers, refusing to provide her details. One of the officers had hold of her right arm, and the defendant turned towards her and spat directly into her face. With the spit going into her hair, down the left side of her head and into her eye. She was taken to the floor, good, by the officers. No doubt she said, "Oh, get off my head," or something like that, while the officer attempted to get the spit out of her eye. Members of the public ran over, handing the officer tissues and antibacterial wipes. In a statement, the police lady read to the officer, "I've never been spat at, nor have I been insulted in my career before. She spat at me in front of numerous members of the public. Excellent. Not excellent, she was spat out, but then she got all those witnesses, you say. I'd be straight there. I'd be straight there. Hello, witness available. Get these scum off the streets of the UK. But there's so many of them. There's so many. Look, just turn on the telly any night on the news. Oh, God." The officer went on, "I would rather a punch in the face than being spat at. That must be one of the most degrading things, to be spat at in the face, don't you think? Really?" Anyway, it's just awful. That is just absolutely awful, ghastly people that unfortunately share the same earth as you and I. There we are. John Aitkins there. Good morning, John. Hello to Don. Oh, did you have jury service? I done that once before. Yeah, it was all right. It's okay. Jury service. Yeah. Where was that now? Not Chiswick. That sort of Hounslow. Hounslow, I think it was. Oh, that's a long time ago now. I was working at BT at the time, I think, if I remember rightly. Long time ago, I had jury service. It's quite interesting to see what you get. Of course, I was head of the jury. In my thing, sent him straight down. No questions. Send him down. Because at the end of jury, when you've done the thing, right, and they read out what this person's done, and I don't know who it was. I've no idea. Just a random person. We don't know who they are, right? I think if you know the person in the dock, you're supposed to say so. I think you are. But I know who he was, and he'd done all these. That it was said he'd done this burglary and this and the other. And we discussed. Then you finish hearing what's being said, and the defence and the prosecution, they say that, and then the jury goes out into this little room and you get tea and sandwiches. Best part of it there. You know, lovely. I helped myself to several rounds of sandwich, and if you run out, you just order more. Can we have some more sandwiches, please? You know, he was kept very busy, the bloke bringing the sandwiches in, let me tell you that now. No crisps. No crisps. And then when you've decided what's what, then you come back out and someone has to stand up and say guilty or not guilty. Hello, that was me. Guilty. I wanted to say it like that, but I don't think you're supposed to. Guilty. And what have you decided? Guilty. Send him down. Bye-bye, bitch. And then, of course, the family were there, started screaming and shouting. They were shut up by whoever it was, police or whatever. And then, after that, right, once they've got the verdict from the jury, they then read out what he's done in the past. Oh, my God, he was a right dodgy character. He'd done all these other things and been nicked for them, but you don't know that before. They don't tell you that because then you could judge him incorrectly on what he's done in the past and not that one incident. Anyway, so that was it. The only thing with jury service is it can be a bit boring hanging around waiting for a case, because everyone who's called in for a jury go in this great big room, which is lovely. You help yourself to tea and biscuits. Yeah, I put on 3 stone in the first 2 minutes of being there, to be honest. Help myself to the tea and biscuits. And you go in there and you sit there, and now and again a bloke comes out. I don't know what his name is, court jester. I was going to say no. I don't know what it is. Some bloke comes out with a list of all these names, and you get called out. And then if you get called out, then you go in and find out what your case is, because you don't know until you go in. You don't choose your case. You are chosen to do a case randomly. It's quite interesting. Who else is here? Let's say hello to some more people there. Good morning to Sherry. Morning, Sherry DMP. Morning, Sherry. She has a cookery channel. Morning, Sherry. Hello to you. Mick Davenport in the house. Morning, Mick. Michael Lawrence, hello to you, sir. John Parrish, good morning, John. How are we doing on those likes? 18 likes. Only another 2 likes, and then I can show you some little pictures this morning. Okay, good morning to Peter Paliwoda. Morning to you. Just scrolling down quickly. Where are we now? Christopher Williams is there. Morning to Christopher Williams. You're talking about the big storm, 1987. Yes, I was working for British Telecom at the time, Christopher. At the time, and honestly, this great storm, 1987, which I slept through, woke up in the morning on the way to work. There's trees down all over the place. You've never seen anything like it. It was like a bomb had gone off. The great storm of 1987. But the overtime, we earned an absolute fortune after that storm, putting back up telephone wires and things like that. We had weeks and weeks of overtime, including Sundays. Weeks of it. BT were a very, very good employer. I don't know what they're like now. It's been some years since I worked for them, but they were a very, very good employer. Good morning to Maureen. Morning, Maureen. Just texting in there. A really good employer. They looked after their staff. You got all the you didn't have to buy anything at all for the job. It was all provided by British Telecom. Clothing, warm clothing, lovely overcoats for the winter, gloves, everything. The van. Wonderful employer, British Telecom. And they paid well. They paid you well as well. You know, no complaints at all. And the pay was there on time, every time. Never had to wait for your money like some of these blooming jobs that I've done over the years. And they go, oh, can I have my wages? Oh, can you come back in a minute? You know, it's all a bit like that sometimes. Nightmare. Awful. Awful. Gary's mentioning chocolate there. Yes, talking of chocolate, I've ordered my great niece Evie and great niece Harry some chocolates from Hotel Chocolate, which should be there tomorrow. The reason being is that I bought some chocolate from Hotel Chocolate, a little bit for me and some from them. Well, unfortunately, that ended up in my tummy. So I've had to order some more, and that should arrive at Gary's house tomorrow, hopefully. Peter, 1987 was a once-in-a-100-year hurricane. Yes, I shall never forget that. My God, the carnage around afterwards. Absolutely shocking. Where's Claire? I haven't seen Claire for a couple of days. Is she all right? Anyone heard from Claire at all? The lovely Claire. We do like Claire. Good morning to Elamarge TV. Morning to you. Park Nest, hello to you. It should be an automatic prison sentence for assaulting a police officer. Oh, I agree. I ever thought, the electric chair. I'm not really bothered which. You know, all police should have tasers. I just think they should. Well, maybe they have. Maybe they have and they just don't use them unless they absolutely have to, which I wouldn't be surprised if our police are taught that. They do an excellent job, the police. Excellent job. Did you see the some of the Twitter stories coming out of Brixton on when was it now on Saturday this week or so? I think it was out of Brixton, something like that. These people all with these like uniforms, and they look like they were about to do an attack on the police or so. Oh, it's just awful. Why would you want to be a policeman? I just don't know why you want to be a policeman. Awful. How are we doing? 22 likes there. Okay, boys and girls, 22 likes there. Okay. Gary Ross, there's a lot of police officers run about thinking they're Dog the Bounty Hunter, think they can run about untouchable. No, I don't agree, Gary. I think there's very few. I think there's very few of those. I think they do a very hard job, and there's people that out there that don't like the police. Usually dodgy characters who are doing something wrong and don't want to get caught. You know, that's what they are. Clerk of the court, is that what that person's called, Peter? The one who comes in and gives out the names and what have you? Chris Reardon, would you come in now? It's your time to do your judging. Oh, yes. Daniel Woodhouse needs a taser for certain people in Romford. Well, you'd need quite a few tasers for that lot, wouldn't it? Right. Okay, we got 22 likes. Let's show you these pictures. First of all, from John Parrish, always takes a good picture. There's a really old one from him at the moment. These are some of the places that John Parrish has visited over time. Look at that. Is that the Taj Mahal? What's the white thing in the top right hand corner? I'm not quite sure what that is there. Top right hand corner. Hang on, let me see if I can find the email now. There's quite a few emails since then. Ah, there we are. Top right hand corner. No, it just said places he's seen. So that thing Yeah. Tower Bridge there. I don't know what that leaning thing is there. Oh, is that Dubai, that leaning thing? And that picture, if you're wondering which one's John Parrish, it's the one on the left, he says. Couple of pics. The first is me with a tash. So I assume that's him on the left there. John Parrish on the left. The bloke next to you there, John, it looks like Dave Lee Travis. That's just coming up there. Where's Dave Lee Travis gone? Wait for that to come back around again. Leaning Tower Pisa there. Taj Mahal, that I mean. Okay, the one next to you there so you're on the left, and the one next to you looks like Dave Lee Travis, doesn't he? Perhaps it is Dave Lee Travis. Excellent DJ, dear. An excellent DJ. All right. Thanks so much for that, John. Gang, if you want to send in any pictures of yourselves doing whatever you're doing, please send no more than 2 pictures in. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right. I've also got some more pictures sent in from Peter Wright. Here they are, of his little room again. Okay. Nice and clean and tidy. There's that ghastly carpet again. It's awful, isn't it? Peter, what is that on your wall? What are all those things on your wall there? That must be before he cleaned it. What's all that note? We want to know what that is on your wall there. What's written on those bits of paper that are stuck on your wall? And I understand now why you're always going on about when you find something wrong with the show, when something doesn't quite fit or something's gone slightly wrong. You've got OCD, haven't you? You've got OCD. OCD is where everything has to be perfect in your head. Everything has to be in a straight line or perfectly done or as it was last time. Otherwise, it throws you into total confusion, doesn't it? You're not the only one. My mate's the same. My mate's the same. Oh, he's dreadful, my mate. Dreadful. Get up from the chair. He's puffing up the cushion. He does a blooming toilet inspection now, my mate. After you've gone upstairs to have a wee, you come back down, sit there. He goes straight up there, and you left a drip on the side. Pardon? So, I'm serious. He absolutely does that. You've left a drip on the side. Next time I do it, I'll go all over the floor. That'll give him something to blooming moan about, wouldn't it, eh? Anyway, anything else you want to send in, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. No more pictures of your bedroom, Peter. Be a bit more creative, please. We want pictures of other things. But we want to know what's on those bits of paper on your wall. What's all that written down up there? What is all that? Look how everything is perfectly tidy in that room. Look at it. That's what he's got. He's got OCD. Look, even on the desk. Even on the... Oh, he's got a little clock... what's that called? Clock Amazon thing there, look. Look, even on the desk, underneath the computer screen, watch. Look, 3 items on there, perfectly spaced out. Can you see? He's got OCD. Nothing wrong with that. Loads of people have got that, Peter. I shouldn't worry too much about it. But I know now why you keep moaning all the time on here. Ow, that's right. Ow, that's wrong. Did you see it the other bingo week? Not yesterday, the week before, the bingo. And I forgot to play the little bingo jingle. Oh, all these people with OCD were on there. Ow, you haven't played your little bingo jingle. Oh my God, you've forgotten to play the bingo jingle. I mean, how pathetic do you think that sounds? There wasn't just one of you. It was about 5 of you. You haven't played the bingo jingle. Pathetic. So come on, what's on that wall there? Is it pornographic pictures? It looks like writing to me. It's Christopher Woodhouse here. Good morning, Chris. Christopher Woodhouse is in the house. Good morning, Christopher. Hello to you, sir. Oh, dear. So thank you very much for your pictures, as always. But we'll have some different pictures, please, if you don't mind. You know, we've seen enough of your bedroom and all the various different angles. No more pictures of your bedroom until you change that ghastly carpet. Perhaps I could give... Perhaps actually, you know, if I change the carpets in one of my properties, you know, you'll have the old one from there if you want. Cut that into shape or piece it together. Oh, I wonder if the estate agent's rung yet. The estate agent will ring. Remember I went to see my flat, that one hadn't been paying her rent. It's not in a terrible state, but it's in a state. All the internal doors have been damaged. All of them. Holes in them and everything. Must have had a fight in there. Oh, well, that's how it is. Good morning to George Bond joining us there. Should have been before and after pictures. Been plenty of sticky... Don't be vile, Jason. Don't judge everyone by your dirty, filthy, disgusting habits yourself. John Barris, the guy with the beard, used to jog every day in the desert of Bahrain. Oh, he had a massive heart attack and died with an apple in his mouth. Why did he have an apple in his mouth then? Where is he going? There he is. Oh, wait for it to come round. He had an apple in his mouth. Oh, funny, isn't it? That is strange. Where is he? Come on. There it is. The second one on the left. He does look like Dave Lee Travis. Excellent DJ. You know, that was in the times where DJs used to entertain us and not just play music constantly, isn't it? Right. Chris Wood asks, no one likes that carpet you've got. Do you like the carpet you've got, Peter? That's what matters. Do you like the carpet? Anyone, has Gary sorted out his computer yet? Gary on Gary's British chat show? I know a lot of you have been barred from there. Probably quite rightly as well. No doubt you gave him as much hassle as you've given me over the last few months. It doesn't bother me anymore because I don't look at your bleeding messages. You're fools to yourself, some of you, aren't you? I hardly look at the chat box now due to the abuse that goes on here. The constant moaning. Can't do the show properly. So loads of you managed to get yourselves blocked off Gary's British station. I can understand why. Serves you right. But if there's anyone on there, as he sorted his computer out, he got infected by a virus that came from one of the pictures that was sent in, which is a bit of a worry. Really, I'm worrying about that now, you see. You know, if it happens to him, it could happen to me, a picture with a virus on it. Well, I do have virus scanning and all that business, but there we are. Johnny was eating an apple in his armchair at the time and had a heart attack. How awful. Awful. Peter does hate the carpet as well. Okay. Right, we're going to do our little raffle very soon, boys and girls. You can get paid for posing naked. Maybe not you, Mick Davenport. But some people with fit bodies, like myself, I could probably get paid for being naked. Myself and Mark Bowles, perhaps we could do a little duo together. Although he's not here this morning. Surprised, but probably still asleep. Isn't it unbelievable? I've been able to do a bingo show, travel up here, get myself sorted last night, go to bed, get up, get the show ready this morning, in the time that Mark Bowles has been asleep. Nice journey up here last night. Very easy going. Lovely. Well, we've come across several stories like this over the last few months. People earning money, perhaps from their looks or doing certain things on videos and pictures and what have you. Men paying women for just nothing, really. Men, you remember that story? Men that simply, their kick was to send money to women and have it accepted. Seriously. You know, oh, hello, I'm Joe. Yeah, I'd like to send you £100. And a woman went, well, I'm not accepting £100. Don't be so awful. No, thank you. I don't want it. Oh, how much could I send you then, please? Well, £100 isn't enough. How about, could I send you £1,000? £1,000? Are you for real? No, I'm not accepting £1,000 off you. I'm sorry, I'm going to put the phone down. £2,000. Well, okay then, I'll give you my bank. And then they send them the money. That's it. There's no meeting, no touching. That gives these blokes a kick. What gives me a kick? Lovely bar of Galaxy milk chocolate. But that's their thing. I don't know. Nude Awakening. Here's another thing. If you're looking to make some quick cash and don't mind stripping off for it, then we have just the thing for you. You can get paid £250, not a small amount of money, to pose nude for 1 hour from your living room, but there's a catch. You'll have an audience via Zoom who will be sketching you. I don't know, what do you reckon? 250 quid is 250 quid. My nephew, who is married, with 3 gorgeous children and a lovely wife, right? He had a T-shirt once which says, "I'm not gay, but £10 is £10." I don't know what he meant by that. He used to wear it when he come out with me. How rude! That's homophobia, that is. I must report you to the latest LBGTQRST or whatever number and colours they've added to it this week. The wonderful left wing. What are they going to come out with next? Don't worry if your lockdown snacking has left you feeling a bit fat. A bit? A bit, he says. Because you don't have to be gym-honed physique to apply. Hello? Here's an opportunity for me. In fact, global crafting community Lovecrafts, who is running the virtual event, is particularly keen on receiving applications from fat, non-binary and disabled models. Here, Mick, you can do this. They're looking for disabled people. Fat, not perhaps you can appear in your car, in your new car, you know, spread across the bonnet. Oh God! Oh, just imagine Mick spread eagled across this car. Oh, I swallowed a bit of sick. Throughout August, Lovecrafts, write it down, Mick, Lovecrafts is running its first ever free virtual crafting festival. And as part of the festival's lineup, we'll be hosting the world's first life crafting session. Anyone over 18 can apply, but the chosen person must be comfortable being nude in front of an audience. Oh, well, I've done that in chariots. And able to still hold poses for up to 15 minutes, although it was very dark. Easy, right? The nude crafting session will be left by experienced life drawing tutor Brogan Bertie of Experimental Practice and will take place on the 27th of August at 8 o'clock British Summer Time, lasting 1 hour. There you go. What do you reckon? Is that something for you? Who wants to do that? Come on, who wants to do that? Mick says, Chris, you ain't no oil painting. Well, I think you need to check your television. If you don't think that, then obviously something wrong with your television. You know, most people think I'm absolutely stunningly looking, Mick. But this is open to even you, old people. You too can be involved in this, Mick Davenport. Get on with it, dear. Morning to Andy this morning. Good morning, Andy. Where's he gone now? There he is. Andy has just joined us there. Chris Woodhouse, that reminds me of that joke. I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. Hey, Chris, have you had that other pizza? That was nice. I met up with Chris on, I think it was Thursday night this week. Popped round to his house. We had a lovely evening, actually. Watched a film. Well, I didn't really watch the film on the telly. We were just talking, really. And we had a pizza, which I got from the Co-op. One of the posh pizzas. They're only, I say, you know, they're only £5.50. You know, he wouldn't get a takeout, would he? No, wouldn't want to. Don't. Even though it wasn't his money, that's what I like. Well, even though it wasn't his money. So we got a couple of pizzas over there. £5.50, very nice, highly recommended. You'll like those. But when we got them back to his place, I thought, blimey, they're really big. Plus, I'd got this great big ice cream thing, you know, which unfortunately, I got back to Chris's flat, and he then tells me that he can't really have dairy. Oh, what a shame. I had to have the whole thing myself. Yeah, that wasn't the intention when I bought it. It really wasn't, Chris. So we had half the pizza when he'd done baked beans with it. I said, well, you might as well have the other one another day then, because I looked at this pizza, I thought, I can't have all that and the ice cream. Well, I suppose I could have done, but I thought, no, that's not a very good thing to do, is it, really? Eh? Have you had that other one yet, Chris? DJ Chris? Chris Williams has got a communal garden. Do you do anything in that, Christopher Williams? Do you have like your own little spot, or does someone else look after that? I love to cut my lawn and do bits of gardening like that. Although I got stung last week. You've had the other one as well. They really are nice, aren't they, Christopher? And worth it. £5.50. That's probably on the more expensive side of buying a non-delivered pizza from a shop. Because you can go to Aldi and get pizzas 3 in a box for like £2.50. And they're delicious. They're delicious. But those co-op ones, £5.50, are really nice. And as I say, like, you know, probably a third of the price of something being delivered from Domino's or something like that, you know. All right. And he's been shopping, hasn't he? Good. Right, shall we do this week's raffle, gang? Let's do the raffle this week. How are we doing on time? Oh, 9:45 already. Gosh, time does fly away. We've got our single game of bingo this morning as well. If you're new to the show and you'd like to join us for the bingo, we do one game of bingo every morning. And the prize is an extra raffle ticket for the raffle. Now, the raffle we're about to do, okay? We're about to do the raffle all week while the show is live. At the end of the show, I say, would you like a raffle ticket? And when people start asking for the raffle tickets, I give them a raffle ticket. They all end up in here. Excuse me, I've got a terrible frog in the throat now. They all end up in here, okay? You can't see all of them in the bottom there. If I tip it out, they'll all fall out. But there we are. They're all in there. And every morning on a Monday, at some point in the show, we draw a ticket. And that person wins, and then all these go into another box for the end of the month raffle, and we start all over again. All right, this is the prize. Sadly, Mary Lowe, Maori? Sound like you're from New Zealand, Mary. Mary Lowe should have got one of these last week, and it arrived a torn envelope. So she didn't get it. I've only got this one here, Maury. So when you've got back to your other house, I think she's got 2 places, if I remember, or she was staying with a friend or something. When you get back to your main house, let me know, possibly on Saturday, okay? Because I've only got one with me now. When you get back to your other place, let me know, and I'll pop another one in the post for you, darling. And hopefully that one will get to you. All right? We don't want to see any more bedroom cleaning pictures, Peter. Get your camera outside and do some more, darling. Because it does get a little bit boring when you're watching the same thing. I don't know why people watch this over and over again. It's the same stories in a different order every show, as you well know. Right, okay, let's do the raffle. I've now got my music software loaded on here as well, I'm pleased to say. So that makes things a lot easier for me. As I say, if you want to join us for at the end of the show, we do a daily bingo, one short game of bingo, and the winner for that gets an extra raffle ticket to go in here. So if you're not on that list and you'd like to play from tomorrow, send me an email to that email address there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and I will add you to the system, okay, for the weekday bingo. We also have a big game of a bingo night on Sunday. If you want to be added to that as well, then just let me know on the email, all right? But if you're on the system, got to tell you, if you're on the system and you win and you don't claim the prize, you fall off the system. You come off the system, all right? That's because otherwise it starts getting a long time looking for a winner. I did think about this last night. Unfortunately, last night at our main bingo game, there were 5 people who didn't turn up for the prizes. And it really made it not as much fun. And I'm actually thinking now, maybe because, I mean, it's all very well removing people and then they want to go back on again and then they're not there again when they win again, and it's just a complete pain. What we might do, I'll keep an eye on that over the next few weeks. What I might do is play the game of bingo, we have a winner, and if someone doesn't claim, we then move straight on to the next game. I think that would work better, actually. But I'll keep it going for another 2 or 3 weeks and let's see how we go. We might do that. So we play the game of bingo, certainly on a Sunday night, and we get to the winner, 1.5 minutes to claim. No one claims, fine. We then move on to the next game. That would keep it moving, because I hate it when it gets stuck at the top. Do you hate it, or doesn't it bother you? Doesn't it bother you? All right, come on, let's do this. Righty-ho. Oh, Chris has got hay fever. Oh, it's not fun, is it, my love? Right, there we go. Got to criticise your own show, Daniel Woodhouse. If there's something wrong, I like to point it out. Right, are you ready? Here we go. Here comes the drum roll. You can't see that, can you? Hang on, I'd like you to be able to see it. Email. I meant to get another jar for these tickets, but there we are. I'm trying to get you to see that. Here we go. That's better. It's really not seeable, that, is it? Did I drop one then? Oh, I did. Look at that. Look at that, Maureen. I've dropped one of your tickets out. Look. Dropped a ticket out of Maureen. There we are. It's back in there now, Maureen. I felt it dribble down my leg. Pardon? Okay. There we are. So Mick Davenport got bored. I think so. What do you mean, Peter? My numbers. What are you going on about now? Here we go. Here comes the drum roll. And the ticket is coming out of this little bowl now. Here it is. Got one. Got one. Put those down here. And it's ticket number 168. Is that an old one or a new one? I don't know. I think that's quite an old one, isn't it? Ticket number 168. Ticket number 168. Do you have ticket number 168? If so, claim... Oh, what's that one? There's an old one there. There's an old one there. Ticket number 168. If that's you, claim your prize now, oh gorgeous ones. You need to claim it. Not telling you as it is. All right? There we are. There we are. There we are. And that's it. Okay, we'll do some more tickets at the end of today's show after a few more stories. All right. Chris, I never really miss the word bingo. If you have a look back at the chat box from yesterday, you'll see, you'll be able to see the timing of it as well. You should be able to see the timing of it. And you just didn't claim quickly enough, I'm afraid. You must have been running behind everyone else, unfortunately. Have to order a general raffle. Oh, don't buy me more gifts. Adam's always sending me stuff in the post. Hello, Mark Bowles. Congratulations for getting up. Christ's sake. Have you just got up? Shocking. Yeah, I don't miss bingo claims. I really don't. I don't miss them. But if you are running behind everyone else, and you must check the clock the same as mine, you texted and it's just how it is, unfortunately. You texted and you sent a message and both came in after the minute and a half. I give everyone a minute and a half. And the rules are very clear at the beginning of the show. I say, if for whatever reason it doesn't get into me in time and we've moved on to the next number, then I'm afraid you've missed it. And if you have a look back at the chat box from yesterday, you will see that Mick Davenport shouted bingo before you did, which meant we moved on. But it was just unfortunate and, one of those things, I'm afraid. What food delivery? Oh, Shania's food delivery has come early. Oh, she has it delivered. I didn't see. She's posh. She is posh, little posh. Morning, Mark Bowles. Okay, the Nolan sisters. They're very unlucky. Those Nolans, aren't they? It's really sad. One of them has already died, as you remember, from breast cancer some years ago now. But this morning in many other papers, here's the Sun's take on it. For more than 40 years, Linda and Anne Nolan have performed side by side on stage as members of the iconic Irish group, the Nolans. And I was a fan. Attention to Me, chemistry, and of course the big one, I'm in the mood for dancing. I loved the Nolans. Absolutely loved them. And indeed, I had the pleasure of working with them and pushing the buttons for them once at a place in Brighton I was DJing at. And we had the Nolans on. They were so nice. Gave them all the microphones. They're doing their numbers. I'm working the sound and all that, you see. And one of the mics went down, which occasionally happens. And she's like, oh, the mic's gone down. I said, do you want another battery? Oh, don't worry, I'll mime. No one noticed any difference. They were so nice. They were such nice people. But they have had some blooming bad luck, that lot. It says last month the sisters sat next to each other for a very different experience as they endured a gruelling round of chemotherapy together at Blackpool's Victoria Hospital. Soon after returning home from filming their joyful hit TV series The Nolans Go Cruising, I didn't know that existed even, I haven't seen that, with their bandmate sisters Colleen and Maureen in March, Linda and Anne both received devastating cancer diagnosis within days of each other. Relying on the Nolans' trademark humour, Linda recalls the moment the sisters told their siblings. She says, "We laughed and we cried, really. It's hysterical. Forget the Chemical Brothers. We've become the Chemo Sisters." Isn't it wonderful when such a terrible thing such as cancer, people get it and they joke about it? I don't know how they do that. It's like my friend Non-Irish Mary from Ireland. Today, the pop star duo bravely show the world how harrowing treatment has caused them to lose their hair, and there's a picture of them without their beautiful hair. You don't need to see that. You know what that's going to look like. Both have vowed to beat the cancer, a disease they both had to confront before that killed their sister Bernie in 2013. 7 years ago that was. Gosh. They're so unlucky, that lot. They all, it's got to be in the genes, I suppose, isn't it? Oh dear. Linda's 61. She sobbed, "It's really hard. I'm scared of dying. I don't want to die. I want to be around and see my great nieces and nephews grow up. And that's why I'm putting everything I've got into trying to get well." She's got liver cancer, which is incurable. Her third reoccurrence following breast cancer in 2006. Cellulitis and lymphedema in her arm in 2007. And secondary cancer in her pelvis in 2017. I mean, how unlucky is that? I thought the scans would just be fine as they normally are. But they weren't, unfortunately. So good luck to them. Good luck to them. And, you know, I used to love the Nolans. I was a big fan, as I say. They did a slow one as well. Was it Let's Make Love, I think it was called. The Nolans, Let's Make Love. I bet old Aitken would know that, wouldn't it? John Aitken. Is it Let's Make Love, that Nolans thing? I'm sure it is something like that. It's sad, isn't it? Sad. Okay, scroll up quickly there. Anyone claim that now? Claim that, really? 168. Anyone claiming that? 168. There we are. 168. If it's not yours, don't try and claim it, because you'll be banned from the raffle then, because that's not fair. It's not playing the game. Not playing the game. But. What else have we got here? Influencers. Now, I saw a programme on influencers on the telly this week, which was quite interesting at the weekend. Basically, influencers are YouTube, Instagram, people like that who have got millions, well, tens of thousands of followers. I don't have anywhere near that. My brother-in-law would be classed as an influencer. He has been sent stuff from companies to show on some of his videos in the past. I don't think he does it anymore, but they would send stuff to him, you know, to talk about. He did it honestly, in that if he thought something was crap, he would say it, and he warns the people sending him that before, you know, I'm not going to say what you want me to say. I'll give an honest opinion, and he used to have stuff sent for the post. This particular programme on the telly showed you these influencers, and they were selling counterfeit goods. Now, a lot of them, I don't think they realised they were counterfeit goods, but it was all to do with China. All to do with China, and the Chinese companies would send them stuff. You know, they would talk about it, and if you want one of these, order here. And they would order it from the company, and the company, I suppose, would send them some money. Except, a lot of the time, people were sending their money to these companies, nothing came, and the company just disappeared with the money. There's another story here in the Daily Mirror. A job advert for influencers' personal assistant has been left people shocked with a list of tasks which includes waking them up each morning with coffee, organising their day, cooking, cleaning and being on call 24/7. I mean, why would you want someone to do that? I mean, I'll be honest, I could do with a little bit of help now and again. You know, dealing with emails and things like that, because you'd be surprised at how many emails and things there are to deal with at the end of the show. Perhaps sending off the prizes, that sort of thing. You know, on Sunday night, I come up here every 2 weeks now. So Sunday night, the show finishes 9:30, 20 to 10. Well, I don't leave the house till about 10:15 because I'm packing up prizes and all that. If I could say, yep, they're the prizes, send them off for me. I'm straight in the car. I'll be up here half an hour earlier, wouldn't I? In the Daily Mirror, an influencer has been shamed online after their job advert for a personal assistant containing a ridiculous list of responsibilities left people saying they would rather die than take the role. The anonymous advert states the lucky successful candidate will be working for a large celebrity. No, it's not her, is it? With more than 10 million social media followers before setting up the daunting expectations for the role. It states the PA will work 8 hours a day on the property, but must also be on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to be able to remove emotion, be the bad guy and handle hundreds of small tasks at once. Day-to-day tasks include waking up the influencer each morning with coffee and all other requests. Planning and managing their calendar activities, cooking, cleaning, and once the pandemic is over, be ready to travel anywhere at any time. And this is, where is it? It's in Los Angeles. It's advertising a Los Angeles thing. So I don't know if it would be, I don't think it would be her. I think we know who you mean. Hourly rate, $25 to $30 an hour, which doesn't seem an awful much, does it? To apply, you've got to have your own car and be ready to drive the large celebrity wherever they need to be, while also packing and unpacking their belongings constantly after travel. God. Being able to compartmentalize emotion, being able to compartmentalize emotion and remain quiet at all times is a must. And working hours are flexible, but you should expect to be with the client at all time in the part-time role. You'll be given minimum days off, and in return for the staggering list of responsibilities, you'll be paid $25 to $30 an hour. That's not a lot, is it? No, I don't think that's a little job that we want to do there, is it, eh? Who wants to be my PA? Does anyone want to be my PA? They'd be charging me a small fortune, no doubt. Huh? Could be a nice, interesting thing to do there. I don't know. Where are we? Adam, I haven't got my little book with numbers for the raffle, so I'll have to check later. 168. No one's claimed it yet. 168. Who's got ticket number 168? The prize is there, okay? Excuse me now. Mark's not here next week. Where are you going next week then? Where are you going next week, Mark? Are you going away? A little holiday somewhere? Sounds nice, doesn't it? A little holiday somewhere. That's influencers. All right, we're going to do our raffle tickets after this story, gang, okay? Do you suffer with hangovers? Who drinks? Not me. I haven't drunk for years. Now and again, a glass of champagne at an afternoon tea. Well, I won't be having one of those anytime soon, or perhaps on a plane. That's about it. I do have a little bottle of champagne here. You know, one of those personal bottles that my mate got me for my birthday. I think it was last year, actually. It's been in the fridge now for over a year. That still haven't had it yet. Well, in the Daily Mail online, Maureen, the Nolans go cruising. It's just written here. The Nolans go cruising is on Quest Red Tuesday. Oh, I don't know what. Is that a channel? Quest Red, apparently. That's a channel, which is on Tuesday at 10 o'clock at night in 8 parts. The 5th part is tomorrow. Thank you, Maureen. The Nolans go cruising. I do like the Nolans. I'm not interested in people's private lives. Yeah, when they go on about people's what they've done in their private life, I'm not interested. I'm there for the music. That business of Michael Jackson. Is he a paedophile? Isn't he a paedophile? I'm not interested. I just like his music. That's how I feel about people. Your private life is no interest of mine. No interest of mine at all. Just there for the music. I'm not there to listen to anything else. Not interested. But if you've got a hangover, who suffers from hangover? Might have some very good news for you in the Daily Mail today. It says, as a 20-something woman, I remember my middle-aged relatives complaining that they've had to all but knock drinking on the head as they just couldn't handle how it made them feel the next day. Now, I'll be honest, when I have a glass of champagne, and it's usually only one, maybe two, at an afternoon tea, right? And then I go for my usual have a bit of a walk around afterwards. If it's in London, me and my mate, we usually go and do a posh look around. Harrods, Selfridges, that sort of thing, right? Or if it's out in the country, someone like Coworth Park or the place in Watford, which I can't remember what it's called now. There's a place in Watford we've been to. Some places in Berkshire, a couple of places in Surrey, we've been all over. And then we have a walk around afterwards around the grounds. You know, and it's lovely having an afternoon tea somewhere like that. But then I go home and I go to sleep, you know, have a couple of hours sleep, and then I wake up and I always feel dreadful. Always feel dreadful. And we're not actually sure if it's the champagne, the glass of champagne, or the amount of cakes and sandwiches we've just eaten. But I always suffer. And the funny thing is, after a couple of cups of tea and dinner, which I'll have at home, of course, I start to feel better after that. So I think it's probably the champagne. I won't know, and perhaps I should just have a glass of champagne and a normal dinner once, go to bed, to try it out, go to bed, get up and see if I've got that problem again. It says, like so many middle-aged people, I've found it now takes relatively little to give me a crashing hangover the next day. Worse still, they seem to linger for an age. The last red wine-induced hangover I had was so bad that I banned myself from drinking. But what if there was a magic potion that can enable me to have a couple of glasses of wine and feel no effects the next day? Well, she goes on to say, it may sound like fairy dust, but there are several products that claim to be able to diminish or even banish those hateful hangovers. Hangover Be Gone is the advertising slogan of Clean Wine, which produces handbag-sized bottles of liquid spray that it says are clinically proven to reduce or even eliminate the effects of a hangover after drinking wine. If you glance at a bottle of wine, you'll see that the label usually says contains sulfites. These are preservatives added to the wine to stop it from going off. The theory is that by removing these sulfites with a neutralising agent, you will also remove the hangover. The firm states it works on red, white, rosé and sparkling wines, as well as sweet wine, sherry and port. All you do is pump the required number of sprays into your glass before pouring and enjoying your wine, hopefully without the need to say, I'll be paying for this tomorrow as you take a sip. My go-to drink these days is vodka, lime and soda, as I don't want to wake up feeling like a herd of wildebeest trampled over my head in the night. But I miss the taste of wine. Is it only wine that does it then with the headaches? So why not have a glass of clean wine could wash away my hangovers? That's the name of this spray stuff. Ever hopeful, I ordered a £7.50 bottle of wine. As per the instructions, I added 2 sprays to my empty glass before pouring a chilled rosé with 12% alcohol content. I swirled the liquid around in my glass, clouded with condensation. This is in the Daily Mail. It's key that clean wine is sprayed into an empty glass, which means you must drain your first before spraying and refilling. This main bottle would be practical in a restaurant or bar where they serve top-up drinks, where they keep topping it up. I followed my first glass of rosé with a second and I felt a little tipsy. A friend called with a crisis, so I didn't get to bed until really late. Was I going to regret that second glass? Amazingly, no. I felt as right as rain. No thumping head, no desperate craving for carbs and coffee. 2 days later, I repeated the spray test, but this time with half a bottle of 8% volume Prosecco, and again, I felt no ill effects the morning after. Wow. She said, what kind of witchcraft is this? As much as I'd like to believe it was fairy dust, the key ingredient is far less magical sounding hydrogen peroxide. Isn't that stuff you put on your hair? It's used in everything from hair dye to disinfectant. Thankfully, this is safe food grade version that's also tasteless. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So it's called Clean Wine. If you want to try that, okay? Clean Wine. It's worked for that woman in the Daily Mail. Maybe it'll work for you as well. I don't know. All right, let's do the raffle tickets. Anyone want a raffle ticket? Please speak now. Peter Paliwoda ran a pub opposite Harrods once, very busy, full of shoplifting. Oh, yes, I'm sure it was. I worked on a radio station opposite Harrods, Peter. I don't know if it was there when you were there. Liberty Radio. It was in... Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of the house it was in now. You know, some of these buildings have got houses. It was in something... What was the name of that house? Denise, are you still around, Denise Andrews? Could you ask Autumn what was the name? It could have been called... might have been called Trevor House. Is Alton around? Can you ask him what the name of the house was that that Liberty Radio was in? The name of the building? Because I can't remember, Denise. Could you ask Alton, then I can tell people? And that'd be good. Right. Okay. George Bond's doing a live stream today on his Facebook. There we go. Raffle ticket time. Here we go. Maureen. 252. We've got the bingo coming up as well. You could win another raffle ticket today. How exciting is that? Maureen there. John Aitken, 253. Jason Hughes, 254. Michael Pullman, 255. Michael Lawrence, 256. Mark Bowles, 257. Hello, Gavin. Gavin's head of Twittering, 258. Diane Jebb, 259. Joe, it was her birthday yesterday, 260. Peter Wright, 261. Denise Andrews, 262. Mick Davenport, 263. Peter, the Tattershall Tavern. Is that what it was called? Yeah, that rings a bell. The Tattershall Tavern. That rings a bell. The Tattershall Tavern. Yes. Andy, 264. Oh, Mick Davenport. Hang on a minute. Yeah, Andy, 264. Adam the Plumber, 265. $266. Shania. Oh, it was Saturday, was it, Joe? In that case, you probably got it on your wall. I think I've posted the Saturday ones. Am I right there? Joe, you probably got it on your wall already there, darling. All right. Daniel Holmes, 267. Simon Steele, 268. Is that it? Okie doke. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Please speak now, and I shall catch up for you. Okay. Please speak now. There's Gary Ross wants 2 tickets. You get a slap. Mandy, Gary Ross taking the mick out of the show again, darling. Gary Ross is taking the mick, darling. Yes, pain and suffering for you, Gary. 269 for you, Gary. Okay, you did get it. All right, my love. Don't like anyone to miss out. You know me, dear. Let's just do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Monday, the 3rd of August 2022. Will McIntyre. Hello, Will. Will McIntyre. Hello. Worked with them at Belushi's. All round nice chap. Been some years now, hasn't it, Will? Happy birthday to you, sir. All right. Happy birthday to Mikey Willington, who's a young 33 years old today. Iyce. Iyce, baby. Bum, 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 bum. Iyce, baby. Happy birthday to Iyce today. Tom Wallace's birthday today. And finally, Richard Appleton Jones. They're our birthdays today. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. There we are. Happy birthday, boy. Oh, where have I gone? There we are. Back again. Back again. I've had to send Peter Wright off for a little cup of tea, boys and girls, as he keeps going on about who the winner was. It's not playing in the spirit of the game to give away the winner, my dear. So I've had to send you out for a little 5-minute cup of tea. You go and enjoy that, and let's hope that you don't win. You know, while the thing, if you win, you'll have to text now, because you have been unfortunately sent for a cup of tea for suggesting who could be the winner. That's up to them to claim. Not playing in the spirit of the game, dear. Very, very disappointed, Peter. And you were doing so well over those last few shows. Very, very, very disappointed. All right, there we go. That's it for the main part of the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got bingo coming up next, gang, so hang around for that. If you're new with the show, a very warm welcome along. We're here most mornings, 8:45 in the mornings. We are here Monday to Saturday. We have a quiz night. That's on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock is our quiz night. And we play bingo as well, a big bingo night on Sunday at 8 o'clock as well. One of the other things we do at the end of our weekday shows, as in now, we play a single game of bingo. And the prize is basically another raffle ticket, which gives you the chance to win one of our delightful fridge magnets. Okay? And that's how it is. Oh, we won't be, well, that's his own fault then, isn't it? There you go. You won't be able to claim on here either, Peter, now. Unlucky, mate. If only you behaved yourself, Peter, then these things wouldn't happen to you. Do you know what, Peter? I don't think I've actually sent Mandy Davenport round yet, have I? To issue pain and suffering. So let's have some of that for you as well this morning, darling. There we are, my love. Okay, I'm not impressed with people who disrupt our show. We've had disruptors on this show before. Lots of them have now been blocked. Some of them have given up because I didn't give them any notice. So be very careful, dear. And that's how it is. Right. Yes, if you're new to the show and you'd like to join us for either our daily... It is very gay. It's very gay. Daily game of bingo. And you'd like to do that, just send us a little email to that address there saying, please add me to the bingo. I'll be very happy to add you to the system and you'll be able to play for tomorrow. You will need a Gmail address for that, okay? Or at least something other than an Outlook, a Hotmail or a live.co.uk. Those ones really don't work and we don't know why. That's just one of those things. Jason Hughes, the same would go for you, my darling. Be very careful if you start shoving around people's names. It's not playing in the spirit of the game to then do all that and then for someone to say, oh, I know who it was. Here's the name. Hello, just attention seeking. Attention, we don't do attention seeking. I've told you. If you want attention, set up your own little YouTube channel. Get loads of attention then. Take you a while to get somewhere though. Christ, it took me 15 years to get like 30 people watching. And most of that was thanks to my brother-in-law who kept mentioning it on his highly viewed show. Even my nephew, he uploads a show now and within 2 minutes 200 people have watched it. I can only dream of such numbers. All right. Okie doke, gang. We're going to play bingo now. John's off now. Have a nice time at Marks and Spencer. It's nice to see you, John, as always. Okay. Here we go. We're going to play bingo now, boys and girls. Let's get your ticket ready. It says at the top of your bingo ticket, virtual card for daily game, Monday, 03/08/20, approximately 10 a.m. Okay? I put approximately there because some idiot will come up and say, oh, it's the moment it goes past 10 o'clock. Oh, you said the bingo was starting at 10 o'clock. Pathetic people. Pathetic, stupid people. I'm sorry. It says on my Facebook wall, I dislike stupid people. It says that on there. You make up your own minds. I'm not saying any names. No names. Right, Simon's standing by. We've got to start the game now, boys and girls, because otherwise Simon's frozen shopping is going to start thawing out. We don't want soggy ice cream that's had to be refrozen because it don't taste very nice, does it? Right, here we go. Here we go, gang. Let's bring up the bingo board. Bing! Look at that. So professional. Okay. I didn't put the clock on there yet, did I? I should have put the 1 minute clock on there. Let's see if I can get that clock up there. I meant to put that. Let me do it now because otherwise I'll forget. Bingo clock. I might have to make a couple of adjustments here. Hang on a minute. I might disappear. Stay there. Yeah. Oh no, I haven't disappeared, have I? Haven't disappeared. Right, hang on. You'll see something going on there. It's me doing something. Okay. Bingo clock. Let's do that there. Restart. Loop. Do show. No. And click over. Yeah, I'm about to disappear behind a clock. Right. Now I've got to make it smaller somehow. There we go. I know it's 2 o'clock. Stay there, everyone. Have you got no music with the clock? Oh, it's not music with the clock. Where's that going? Is there any music with the clock? What is it? Right. Is that going to work? Yes. Okay. Oh, we've got a clock on there now as well. How about? Sorry about that. I just realised the music was playing there a bit loud. Did it wake you up? Might have woke you up there. Okie doke. Right, here we go then, gang. Eyes down. Here comes your first number. As always, gang, if you win, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim. Have a look at that clock there. You should be reading 21 minutes, 22, 21, 22 minutes past 10 at the moment. All right, here we go. Eyes down, first number. 60, blind 60. All right. All on its own, little number 5. Hello to Stuart. Good evening, Stuart. It was an interlude. 2 and 6, 26. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack. Oh, it's getting very hot in here. 4 and 7, 47. 6 and 1, 61. 6 and 7, 67. 6 and 4, 64. 6 and 8, 68. 3 and 8, 38. All on its own, number 3. 7 and 5, 75. 8 and 3, 83. 6 and 9, 69. No stripping today, Mark. Have you told your children that they're going to get a new mummy? Have you told them yet? Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. Thanks very much, Adam. Adam's opened his window for me. I do feel a lot cooler now. 7 and 9, 79. Boris's boudoir, number 10. Does it sound better to say Boris's den, number 10? It does, doesn't it? Boris's den, number 10. 7 and 4, 74. All the 4s, 44. 2 and 8, 28. 1 and 5, 15. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo woo. 1 and 6, sweet 16. All on its own, number 2. 40, blind 40. 3 and 5, 35. 5 and 7, 57. All on its own, number 7. Two Fat Chris's, 88. All on its own, number 6. 5 and 4, 54. 3 and 2, 32. All the 5s, 55. 2 and 1, 21. Anyone close yet? Nope. 4 and 8, 48. 8 and 1, 81. Peter Wright, I have a job for you. I told you before, these jobs just usually pop into my head. You can't ask for a job. They just pop into my head. Peter Wright goes on my list. You have a job, Peter. You have a job. Peter Wright is in charge of... See if you can guess. Anyone guess? Can anyone guess? 8 and 1, 81. 7-0, blind 70. 5 and 1, 51. 2-0, blind 20. 2 and 3, 23. 8 and 7, 87. 8 and 2, 82. 7 and 1, 71. You're very close, Shania and Mandy. It was going to be tea breaks, but someone else has posted another word on there which kind of fits in really well. See if you can work it out. 7 and 1, 71. I'll tell you after the game. 2 and 5, 25. All on its own, number 4. 2 and 9, 29. All the 7s, 77. 3 and 9, 39. 1 and 9, 19. 4 and 5, 45. All the 3s, 33. 3-0, blind 30. 4 and 3, 43. Blooming pigeons. Can you hear the pigeons keep landing on my roof? 8 and 4, 84. I'd have to be an admin. You must be joking, mate. I'd make you an admin. You can't be serious. The people on here who have begged to be moderators and you want to be an admin, I don't think so, sunshine. 7 and 8, 78. Can you just imagine it? 8 and 9, 89. 8-0, blind 80. Oh, Denise, you're close. 8-0, blind 80. 2 and 4, 24. All the 6s, 66. Clickety click. All the 1s, legs 11. We got a winner on 11. Let's bring up the clock, gang. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim. Is it you? Let me see someone shout bingo in the chat box there. Or, of course, you can text it on the number in the top left-hand corner. 07751. Oh, what is it? 259675. Who's won? Who's won? We've got the shimmy music as well. Oh, yeah, baby. The shimmy music's on. Someone's won. Who's won this extra raffle ticket? Ticket number 270. I'm ready to write your name on here, if it was you, with my BBC Radio Lincolnshire pen. Have you got one of these? No? Not got one of those? No? Come on, hurry up. Who's claiming? There you go. Adam the Plumber has claimed. Bingo for Adam the Plumber. Well done, Adam. Hang on a minute. Let's take off the clock there. All right. Well done, Adam. Let's read you the winning numbers for Adam the Plumber, who gets a free raffle ticket this morning. We've got 3, 6, 10, 11, 28, 32, 35. 11 was the last number there. 44, 51, 55, 66, 70, 77, 81 and 83. Congratulations to Adam the Plumber. Yeah, baby. Adam the Plumber is the winner on that. Well done, Adam, which means you get an extra raffle ticket today. Ticket number 270 after Gary Ross's one. Ticket number 270 for Adam the Plumber. Peter, did you get a raffle ticket or were you in timeout when that was happening? There you are, got your one there. Okay, excellent. Alrighty, well done, Peter. Well, what a lot of fun that's been today, I must say. I've an absolute pleasure chatting to you as always on this. What are we now? Monday morning. And I'm pleased to let you know, boys and girls, I am pleased to let you know that Peter Wright's new job on this channel is Head of Cleaning and Kettles. Head of Cleaning and Kettles, and I saw the word, just as I was about to make him Head of Tea, I thought to myself, no, I saw the word kettle as put up there by Jason Hughes. I thought that's an excellent word to use. So you are now Head of Cleaning and Kettles on the show. And what you have to do, Peter, is go around cleaning random things outside of your house. Cleaning random things outside of your house and sending in pictures of you cleaning things like street lamps, perhaps you can pick up a little beetle that you can see walking across the floor, might need a little bit of a dust up, you could clean that and take pictures and send them in. Peter Wright is now, please, a round of applause for Peter Wright, Head of Cleaning and Kettles on this channel. Have a lovely day. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8:45. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.